see after the break. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Now Jones. Jones now on the return. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On first down, it's Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Lewis here on first down. He gets away from 1. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Breeze. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. There's Chris Olave. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now it's Fields. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play. They'll come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Fields. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw, Fields. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Justin Fields, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have taken a 4th quarter lead. Now Fields. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Going down the middle, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Breeze. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Breeze. Short throw complete to Gronkowski. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Breeze to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Here's 1st down. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And now 3rd and very long. Are you cautious here?
I think you have to be, because the first mantra of any football game is don't lose it. Then you give yourself a chance to win it. And if you go ahead and force something now, take a big shot that doesn't pay off, you didn't help your defense out at all.
Yeah, especially here in overtime. And now we've got a review here. All challenges in overtime, of course, initiated by the replay official here in the stadium. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they move this all the way down to the 9. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play